What's up, YouTube? What's up, Discord? I'll try to make this quick. I'm going to hit on 3 stocks: Ralph Lauren, JP Morgan, Tesla. I'll talk about Jerome Powell, and then I'll talk about Biden. Okay. Tesla daily RSI is like 89 now. It is on its 10th day. Yay, hooray, perma-bulls. Congratulations. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. The deliveries fell 15%. Deliveries means sales. Sales are down 15% across the board. Margins have been down for well over a year now. So they make less money on every car than they ever made before. And market share is rapidly declining. Like, it's not... Well, you know, a little bit. Like, BYD out of China has 20% more market share this month than just last month. Ford, their EV hybrids went up like 49%. Granted, that's a little bit of a skewed statistic because they started canceling all these models, so really your options are limited. But of the limited options, people are buying their hybrid vehicles, okay? All of these companies, they're all innovating. They're making new, better designs. BYD, it doesn't even come close. American cars are shit, okay? None of them compare, okay? You know, the Corvette from 2 years ago, sure. But even it had some kind of really odd design flaws. But that's a sports car that's 6 figures, okay? We're talking about the average consumer's vehicle for their family. None of them come close to BYD right now. Especially Tesla, who hasn't changed the design for 10 years because these things are a mold. They just come off the factory floor as a mold. If anything, their margins should be going up because their R&D is zero because they're not innovating anything. They're trying to do robo-taxis. They have a robo-taxi event August 8th. The stock market's, the stock has been rallying off of robo-taxi this, robo-taxi that. Like, legit, who gives a shit? He's been talking about it for 6 years. This isn't NVIDIA announcing groundbreaking AI. This is Elon talking about the same thing he's been talking about. FSD's been tested through and through, over and over. It's not functioning. You know, maybe it will function soon. Okay, cool. Whatever. Monetize it. Good luck with that. Pretending like everyone's just going to be loaning out their cars like taxis is ridiculous. Furthermore, most people probably don't want randos in their car. And or secondly, have you heard of the term competition? If everyone on the street has a Tesla and every one of those Teslas is a taxi, what do you think that's going to do to the cost of ride sharing? The consumer will be happy. Their taxis will be next to nothing. You know, that taxi as a business model that he's peddling to consumers. Okay, fleet companies are going to destroy you on that. You're not going to make shit on it as a Joe Blow who just buys a Tesla. You will make nothing. Fleet will destroy you. They'll keep turning over their product. They'll be getting the biggest deals. They'll be getting the best tax write-offs, all that shit. You're not competing with them. But let's, in a fantasy world, pretend you could, and you were just competing with everybody else. Again, if you're competing with everybody, he charges $5. He charges $4.90. He charges $4.80, $4.70. And he just goes down the line until one dude's taking less. Maybe one dude has no job and he has a big Tesla bill, so he's got to charge the absolute lowest, so his car's always out there, okay? Because he needs to eat. But it's actually not keeping up with his maintenance and all of his other bills because he doesn't think about that kind of shit. He doesn't think about wear and tear on tires, how EV tires wear out like 300% faster than a normal car because there's so much torque on the tire that all the rubber peels off. But he ain't talking about any of these things because he knows this is just a fluff dream to get him his $57 billion. What do you mean 57? It's like 50. Well, the lawyers are taking $7 billion. Google the cash on hand at Tesla, okay, guys? Tesla will be diluting its shareholders. Sorry, perma-bulls. This is the reality of the situation. Tesla is not going to take $57 billion cash. They probably don't even have $57 billion cash on hand. I'm at home now. I just got back from a day out. As you can see, I'm sunburned. Well, let's say they have 57 or more. I'll look later, so you don't have to put it in the comment. Like, I don't care. 57 billion cash is not coming out of the company so that the CEO can get 50 and that the lawyers can get 7. And just to put that into perspective, guys, GameStop's worth about 10 billion right now, 7 to 10 billion. So that'd be like giving the lawyers GameStop as an entire company, every last share and every shareholder, just give it to the lawyers. And then that'd be like giving 6 of that to Elon, or sorry, 5 or 6 of that to Elon. Okay. Or like Donald J. Trump stock plus AMC plus GameStop plus 35 billion or 30 billion other dollars worth of companies to Elon. Like, it's an insane amount of money, guys. It is not a small amount of money. So what are they going to do? Dilute the shareholder, do an at-the-money market offering, and raise capital. They're going to raise $57 billion on you. So if you're a shareholder, you're screwed. If you're waiting, or if you're thinking of buying puts, you know, when a stock runs to 89 RSI on the daily and it's up 60% now, it was 54% yesterday, so it's got to be, what, 60% today, right? 58 to 60% in 10 days. That's probably a good time to grab puts or begin thinking about it checking what's called support coming down. You know, take my word for it or don't, whatever. Elon, you know, Neuralink, SpaceX, Boring Company, Starlink, none of that is Tesla. You don't own any of that. So anything he's doing there, nothing to do with Tesla. Tesla sells cars. They're losing. Their Cybertruck was a complete failure by every metric out there that exists, okay? Total failure. They're losing in innovation. They have no new cars coming. They've been announcing the 2 for 5 years. When I was a initial shareholder at 700, when it ran to 3,000, I sold. It went to like 3,700. Okay, they were talking about the 2 then. They still don't have a 2-door car. You can get a 10K one, a 12K one, multiple versions in China, and they're their best-selling car, by the way. They're also actually nice. If you were to get a 12K car here, you'd be Fred Flintstone in that bitch, okay? It wouldn't. You might get the shell, but you're not getting anything else because we are getting destroyed by the Fed and bad policy and bad governance, in Western society. Let's move on to Biden. Before we talk, we'll go to Ralph Lauren. Okay, they're going to be doing the Olympic apparel. I let my Discord know about that. This was a stock I was watching. I had never mentioned it in my Discord before outside of earnings. I just let them know, hey guys, these guys are going to be doing the Olympic apparel, and this stock is moving, guys. It's moving right now. I let them know yesterday morning. The stock is up like $10 a share by the end of today, I think, something around there. I mean, at the mountains, I have to check. Calls were up hundreds of percent. They're monthly, so they don't move as much as a weekly. Okay, but they really, really, really moved. I think they were like 200% yesterday and another 100 or 130% today before I left. So that's like multiplied. So that's like 400 or 500%. Okay. Keep it on your watch list. It's got to peak out at some point. At the end of the day, it's clothing. Who gives a shit? Chanel makes bags for 10 cents to $4, sells them for $2,500. What do you think a fucking t-shirt that says Team USA on it says? It's probably got pride flags all over it because you guys are all woke and shit. It's going to help their balance sheet, but Nike down 26%. Levi's down 26%. A lot of these retail clothing companies getting smoked. So it's good for now. Be ready to be ready to run it down as at the same time as running it up. Last but not least, JP Morgan. Earnings on Friday. All-time high today. Look at the chart, guys. It's like this from yesterday. It was like 203 or 119. I don't know what the hell it was. It's up like $10-13. Again, I'm in my car. I don't have it in front of me. I'm just telling you to watch it. It's at all-time highs. So Goldman Sachs failed that stress test like a week or two ago. JP Morgan passed. But if you have Goldman Sachs failing, Credit Suisse failed recently, like the actual bank collapsed, had to be bought by UBS. Banks are still collapsing. One in China collapsed this week, a fairly large one, not a minor one by any means. When you have that happening and you have articles coming out on MarketWatch that says consumers are funding all of their summer vacations with debt. That's not good. That's not good for the banks. It's great for credit card companies until all of that becomes defaults, and defaults are at an all-time high. Canadian bankruptcies are at a high not seen since the 20s, 1920s, not the 2020s, not 2020, Joe Biden. Where am I? Unemployment is 6.9%. Thanks, we got a 0.25% cut. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Fed. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Jerome Powell, he's speaking today. They're all berating him. They're like, yeah, fucking, inflation ain't like even close to 3 or 4% like you're talking about. What are you talking about, buddy? Gas is up $1 a gallon, so that's like 55%. Eggs are up 100%. They were $1.50, now they're $3. The cost to do a barbecue for 4th of July was up 39%. And did you see the guy on TikTok who said his order from Walmart from less than 2 years ago was 400% more money now in less than 2 years? In Canada, guys, gasoline is up 100+% right now. It was 79 cents a liter before. It's $1.55 today. It was like $1.59 the other day. In some parts of Canada, it's $2. And there's multiple liters in a gallon, so don't get all excited and be like, what are you complaining about? There's multiple liters in a gallon, okay? A car might need 50 liters, or a truck would maybe need like 120 liters, okay? So like you need a lot. So it's up 100%. 100%. I don't know what fucking these 3% they're talking about is. Jerome just smiled, told them nothing. We got to stop worrying about these Fed cuts. It's irrelevant. Even 1 cut, 2 cuts, 3 cuts, 4 cuts, it's not going to help anybody in the lower or middle class. It's just not going to help. If you're going to vote Democrat, thanks so much. Thanks for nothing. You might as well call yourself a traitor to your country, because there's no sane person who could vote for that party when Kamala calls him the vice president, because we all know Obama is actually your president right now in his 3rd term. Every cabinet member got hired back from the Obama administration. What a shocker. And, he's been going around to some of these delegations and things like that. Why isn't an ex-former president there? What's going on? Trump's not there. So, regardless, they are allowing a guy who can't even say, I'll beat Trump in 2024, who says 2020, to be in office. A guy that wanders around the stage. A guy that's been accused of defecating in his own pants multiple times. A guy where during an Easter thing, a psyop, fucking like Secret Service rabbit bunny has to pull him away and lead him away from reporters, where they take his microphone away. You saw the debate. That wasn't much of a debate, okay? If you don't like Trump, that's fine. That's fine. RFK Jr. is an option. I'm sure there's other options, but this U.S. does a good job of trying to tell you there's only 2. It can't be him. Please, for the love of God, like, for real. If you actually care about freedoms, liberties, your country, your future, guys, you're not going to have any Social Security. Elon's coming for your jobs, lower and middle. And Elon's part of the big boys. He's not like this savior. He put Linda Yaccarino in charge of Twitter. Linda Yaccarino was like extremely high up in the World Economic Forum. They don't hide it. She doesn't hide it. If you know anything about them, freedom of speech is the last thing they care about. And total, utter control of people is what they care about. And depopulation, by the way. He's coming for those jobs with all this automation. Okay? But again, he's trying to solve a problem that no one really needs solving. I don't foresee us, trusting FSD regardless. Maybe assisted driving, sure. Like something that's like a little like maybe necessarily hands-free, but I don't know, that maybe it tracks your facial movements and your eyes or something, and if you're not watching the road, it makes you like wake up or fucking pay attention or something. I don't know. But full self-driving, I don't think I would trust that as much as I trust normal people driving. When people get in accidents all the time, it's just not good, and it's been tested bad. But Again, you got that stock dilution that's most certain to happen. That's looking bad. Those are my thoughts. I had like multiple videos. I did a couple videos. I did one with a nice river, but I didn't really like some of the things I said in it. And then I did another one, and it was just too long. So hopefully that you were able to make it 15 minutes here. If you were, put in the comments your thoughts on maybe on earnings for JP Morgan on Friday. What are your thoughts on Tesla? I mean, I'll give the bulls a nugget. When I charted it, it looks like 278 was the peak. 220 looks like support. 220 support when the stock was 165 like a month ago. That's extremely bullish for you. You know, that should be good news for you. And then 278 peak is also, it's utter insanity. At 316 bucks, it's $1 trillion company. At current market price, which is only like 800 something billion, it has more value than every other automotive company listed combined, except for Toyota, or if you take out Toyota. I'm not sure on the exact statistic there, but it's certainly not worth that. Let's be real. I did the math today. So the move that it made today, in terms of billions of dollars, it was something like $30 billion market cap move today. And this is only day 10 of a 10-day rally that's parabolic. And what happens to parabolic stocks? Please remind me, especially ones with a 89 RSI on the daily. Just today, they would have to make over 4 million cars to, they would have to have sold 4 million cars to make that money. Because as of 2023, they were making about 8,300 a vehicle. That number's come down. I don't know the new number. I don't know if anybody knows the new number. I don't know if they've provided the new number of how bad their margins have shrunk. But they've lowered the cost of the car to try to spur sales, because interest rates keep going up on the vehicles, and the cost to make the vehicles has also gone up, right? So their margins rapidly shrunk. I don't think they even make that. They probably make closer to only 6,000 or even 5,000. You know, you look at Rivian, RIVN, they lose $40,000 per car. Okay, it's bad. I don't understand that business model, but anyways, now I just had like a brain fart. So that's, yeah, again, that they've only sold, guys, in total 3.5 million cars in the whole life of Tesla, you know, in like 15 years or 20 years or whatever. So doing the math, this 10-day rally is utterly absurd. And to go, oh, Kevin, free from it all, hate to break it to you, but the high on Tesla was over 400. Sure, yes, and the high on Peloton was over 400 too. And then they murdered some babies and some pets with their equipment, and no one wants a fucking stationary bike that they use as a laundry clothes holder, and the stock was like $5 from over 400. In the pandemic, when they were printing money, that's what happened. Okay, you had insanely overvalued, overpriced stocks, and then they came back to closer to true value. But even at current prices, like Tesla's PE now is back to like 90, 100, 120, like it's utterly absurd amounts. And its industry competitors are like 8 to 12 PE, P/E. If you don't know that term, join my Discord. If anything I said to you don't fully understand it, join my Discord. If anything I said you understand, you're like, oh shit, this guy is just belting this out, and I like what I'm hearing, or he seems to know what he's talking about, or I appreciate his opinion or insight, join my Discord. Please join my Discord. The link will be in the comments below. You know, we have like 200-ish members right now. This is a small, good, close-knit community, good group of people, a lot of opinions and ideas in there. And you're free to express them too. You know, you try to go on StockTwits. If you were to say anything I said on StockTwits here about Tesla, it'd be, I'm reporting you, and you're a clown, and all this bullshit. No one wants to hear anything will ever go down. They only want to hear it will always go up, and everything's always got to be parabolic. They can't actually zoom out, look at the big picture, and go, holy crap, we're probably going to get a dilution on our ass. It's been a few years, and Tesla has done it before. Gigafactory, just after their first gigafactory, they did a dilution for that second gigafactory. I was a shareholder then, and it was about a 6% hit that day. I was still bullish on the stock because I said, holy shit, they just paid for the gigafactory in India with that one dilution. But thinking about it, no, they didn't pay for shit. We paid for it. We fucking paid for it. My stock went down 6% in one day, and everybody else's did too. And they took our money. And, you know, we're where we are now, but, you know, at the time, that's not, you know, you don't want to take the hit for some billionaire to be able to do that. But anyways, hopefully that made sense to you guys and you enjoyed that content. If you did, again, please join the Discord, give it a like, thumbs up, comment in below, and share the content. Free.